The census arrived without warning. No announcement, no press release, no explanation. Just a single envelope delivered to every home, every apartment, every corner of the world, all on the same day. Inside was one page, one question. What will you become? No name field, no age, no address, just the question. At first, people treated it like a joke. Teenagers wrote things like rich or famous. Adults hesitated longer, then wrote safer answers. Successful, secure, happy. Some ignored it entirely, tossing it into the trash with the rest of their unopened mail. But others took it seriously. A man named Victor sat at his kitchen table for nearly an hour before writing a single word: doctor. He wasn't in medical school, had never studied medicine, but something about the question felt important, like it wasn't asking for a dream, but a decision. He mailed it. 3 days later, Victor woke up knowing things he had never learned. At first, it was small, recognizing medical terms on a television show, understanding symptoms in ways that felt instinctive. Then it grew. Within weeks, he was volunteering at a clinic. Within months, he was being consulted. No one questioned how he knew what he knew. It simply made sense. Across the world, similar stories began to surface. A woman who wrote artist suddenly found her hands moving with impossible precision. A struggling businessman who wrote wealthy watched opportunities appear in ways that defied probability. And then there were the others. A man in a small town, half laughing, had written forgotten. At first, nothing changed, but gradually, people stopped noticing him. Conversations drifted past him. His co-workers forgot meetings he attended. Photographs lost his image. Within a month, his name disappeared from records. Within 2, no one remembered he had ever existed. The story spread quietly at first, then louder. News outlets picked it up. Governments investigated. Experts debated whether it was psychological, sociological, or something far stranger. No one found the origin of the census. No printing facility, no digital footprint, no distribution system. It had simply appeared. And then came the second wave. People who had ignored the form began noticing something unsettling. Their lives weren't changing. Not in the strange, accelerated ways others described. They remained exactly as they were. Unmoved, unchanged. It was as if the world had begun dividing, not by wealth or status, but by decision. Those who answered the question, and those who didn't. At 3:17 a.m. one night, a man named Elias woke to a soft humming sound. He walked into his living room and found his television glowing faintly, though it had been turned off. The screen flickered, then displayed a single line: submission incomplete. Elias frowned. He had thrown the census form away. The screen shifted again. Humanity. The blank space pulsed faintly, waiting. Elias felt something cold settle in his chest. The question had never been about individuals. It had always been about something larger. The next morning, reports flooded in. Across the world, screens, televisions, phones, and billboards displayed the same message: final entry pending. People began to panic. Some tried to submit new answers. Others searched desperately for their original forms. Governments issued statements, but none had answers. The system, whatever it was, had already recorded the individual entries. Now was waiting for something else, a final definition. What would humanity become? Days passed. Then something changed, subtle at first. Weather patterns shifted unpredictably. Cities seemed to reorganize themselves, not physically, but socially. People gravitated toward roles they hadn't chosen consciously. It was as if the world itself was trying to answer the question. At 3:17 a.m., Elias woke again. The television flickered on. The same message appeared: humanity. But this time, something new followed. Collective input detected. Elias watched as the blank space began to fill, not with a word, with many. They overlapped, flickered, replaced one another too quickly to read. Progress, power, survival, control, peace, dominance, freedom. Thousands of answers all competing, none settling. The screen pulsed violently, then went still. The words vanished, and finally, one word remained. Elias leaned closer, his breath caught. The word was simple, unsettling, unresolved. The screen went black, the hum faded, and outside the world continued, but something had shifted. People moved with quiet uncertainty. Decisions felt heavier. Conversations lingered longer. No one spoke about the census anymore, but everyone felt it, because somewhere, beyond systems and screens and understanding, the question was still waiting. What will you become?